What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Feels good to be back. It feels good to be back on you guys' screens. It feels good to be back here doing this. It just feels good to be back. I apologize for taking so long off. But just what I can say is this. When you find something that you really want to do and you're really passionate about, and it's something that you really just want to put your head down and go with, run with, and just focus on nothing but that, it's hard, especially in today's society when you don't necessarily have everything figured out. You still not as stable as you want to be. It's hard following your dreams. In a nutshell, it's hard doing what you want to do. Is hard doing those things, especially when your attention seems to be needed elsewhere. But with that being said, we back. It's a lot going on. I have missed so much. It's just a lot that I got to talk about. Today we're gonna hit you with 3 videos. This is the first, and we're gonna talk about these MLB playoffs. We're gonna talk about the MLB playoffs, and we're gonna give you a World Series preview. Let's get into it, man. Playoffs started out amazing for me. Braves closed the season hot. Got the first round bye. Them and the Dodgers. Braves and Dodgers got the NL byes. Yankees, Astros got the AL byes. And in the NL, it looked like it hurt them. It did. It looked like it hurt the teams. I can't speak for the Dodgers, but the Braves looked like they might have got a little laxed. And we ran into a different Phillies team. That wasn't the same Phillies team we had been playing all year. And I mean, they came to play. But we're going to start with the wild card series. The Guardians did their thing, knocked out Tampa Bay like that, moved on. What was the other series? Seattle Mariners, man. I got to give a lot of credit to the Seattle Mariners for that organization to end a 20-plus year playoff drought, win their first playoff series in Toronto in a hectic environment. Those guys did an amazing job. I think they're going to go a long way. I think this season was a great stepping stone for them as far as what's to come. I think Seattle's going to be a real problem in that AL West for many years to come. Unfortunately, they ran into the buzzsaw Houston Astros. I mean, if you don't know, the Astros are my favorite American League team. I've been an Astros fan since they drafted Carlos Correa #1 overall. I've been high on the Astros. I have multiple people that can vouch that the year they won the World Series, I predicted that 2 to 3 years before it happened. So I take a lot of pride in the Astros and what they do and, their success. I take a lot of pride in that because I've been rocking with them for a pretty long time. But Astros made quick work of the Seattle Mariners. Yankees, they had a tough time with those Guardians, man. The Guardians would not go out. There was a point in time in that series where I thought New York, might not make it. I did. I thought New York wasn't going to get past Cleveland. But they did. Matched up with the Astros, and Astros just taking care of business, man. I mean, Yordan Alvarez, Alec Bregman, Jose Altuve is starting to look like the Jose Altuve that we all know. And that team, just from top to bottom, is just loaded. I mean, loaded. Arms. The Astros look like a team that learned from their mistakes last year. And it looks like they've come back with the determination and the mindset of, we're not ending this season with anything other than a World Series. And I respect it. For them to go, undefeated in the postseason the way they have, I mean, they are Astros doing their thing, man. And especially when you get contributions from, Pena and McCormick and the bullpen pitchers as good as they pitching. I mean, the Astros look like they are forced to be reckoned with, man. I mean, I don't see. We'll get to that, but the Astros, Astros won the AL pennant. Astros for back-to-back seasons coming out of the AL. I couldn't root for them last year, but I'd be damned if I ain't going for them this year. Fuck the Phillies. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry. American League. Padres. Padres got knotted up with who the Padres get knotted up with? The Mets. Padres got knotted up with the Mets. And I've been saying it all year. I'll say it all off season. I'll say it all next year. The Mets are not those guys. What's the meme? You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. That's the Mets. That's the Mets. I was saying all season that the Mets was going to choke, and they waited to the last series or the series before the last series against the Braves to just completely choke. I have no faith in the Mets. I don't care what their lineup looks like. I don't care what their rotation or their bullpen looks like. The Mets, they not it. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But they just not it. It's something about Queens. It's something about New York. But the Mets are not it. I'm sorry, y'all. This curl is bothering me, but I don't really know what to do about it. Anyway, Mets ain't it. So the Padres took care of them, got them out of there. Phillies, man. The Phillies. In the words of Tay, they doing it with the long ball, man. Like, I had this argument, not even an argument. I had this conversation a couple days ago. Overall, I think the NL East is the best division in baseball. Not team by team, record by record, but year by year. I think the NL East is the best division in baseball. Here's why. You got the Phillies representing the NL this year. You got the Braves won the World Series last year. The Mets went to the World Series a couple of years ago against I can't remember who they played, but I want to say it was the Royals. Is that the World Series that they lost? The Royals? I feel so wrong. I don't know. The Mets went to the World Series not too long ago. The Nationals won the World Series not too long ago. The NL East produces National League pennants. They produce World Series contenders. I can't look at any other division and feel that. The American League, they just getting run by the Astros. Cheating or not, they winning. I'm sorry. I love them. The American League belongs to the Houston Astros. But I really do think the NL East is the best division in baseball. Padres matched up with the Dodgers. Braves match up with the Phillies. And I watched every game, every inning, every pitch of that Braves-Phillies series. Everything went right for the Phillies. I'm talking about down to the bloop hits. I'm talking about hitting the ball in the perfect spot, the long ball, pitchers getting, questionable calls. Everything that could have went right for the Phillies again in that series, and hell, throughout the whole postseason, it has gone right. And if things continue to go that way for the Phillies, it's hard to say that they're not going to win this thing. Kyle Schwarber getting hot at the right time. Reese Hopkins, good Lord. Bryce Harper. JT Realmuto hit an inside-the-park home run against the Braves. And that's the first time I think I ever seen a catcher hit an inside-the-park home run. That's also the first time I think I've ever seen Ronald Acuna have 3 errors in a closeout game. I mean, that was tough. That was tough to watch. It's hard to beat a team when only a handful of players come to play. I mean, Darno came to play. Matt Olson definitely came to play. And I mean, outside of those guys, that might be it. I mean, Ronald Acuna, he gave us a little bit of something at the plate, but it kind of got taken away from his, fielding deficiencies. Michael Harris, nothing. Dansby Swanson, not really anything. Austin Riley, nothing. No production out of second base. I'm lying. Orlando Arcia, you gave us some good at bats. Contreras, nothing. I mean, and we were going up against a hot Phillies team, man. It would have taken so much for us to beat them. Looking back on that series and just, seeing how everything went. But, shout out to the Phillies. Congratulations to Philly. The Eagles are undefeated. That city is rocking right now. So, who knows? It could just be their year. But, damn. Then you go to the Padres and Dodgers, and you know you hear stuff like Juan Soto saying, "We want the Dodgers, we want the Dodgers." The Yankees wanted the Astros too, and they got them. Lord, did they get them? But and I'll be honest with you, I'm one of those dudes, and I have no shame in saying this. Like I simply didn't want the Dodgers to win because the Braves didn't win. If the Braves were not going to play the Dodgers in the NLCS, Padres, get them out of here. We don't know. Let Freddie feel the same pain we feeling. Let him, like, no. You want to go. And y'all get put out the same time we get put out, so we both going to Cancun together. How about that? That's what we going to do. But I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, it kind of felt like the Padres put everything they had into that Dodgers series, which kind of took away from them playing the Phillies. Them beating the Dodgers was the Padres World Series. It was, real talk. And to see them give everything they had against the Phillies, and it just wasn't enough. Poor Mike Clevenger. Clevenger ain't been right for a while. To be honest with you, I don't even know what made Bud Black throw him out there with a +7 ERA, but that's a conversation for another day. The Padres and the Phillies series, it was very entertaining. That series was very entertaining. Both of those fan bases haven't been to that particular place in a very long time, the NLCS. So the fan bases was rocking. They was rocking in San Diego. They damn sure rocking in Philly. That was a good series. The Phillies pulled it out. Now we got our World Series. Houston Astros representing the American League. Philadelphia Phillies representing the National League. Who comes out on top? You got Justin Verlander. You got Aaron Nola. You got Framer Valdez. You got Zach Wheeler. You got Suarez. You got Javier. Lord have mercy. What's 7-7's name? Garcia. You got Luis Garcia. This series is gonna come down to pitch by pitch, because both of these teams have tremendous long ball capabilities, and the Astros, the advantage I feel the Astros have over the Phillies is the fact that they can beat you with more than just the long ball. The Astros can score 12 runs and not send one out of the park. The Astros are so multi-dimensional, and it just feels like if the Phillies aren't hitting the long ball, the deep ball, it just feels like it's the Astros to take. That's my honest opinion. We got a 7-game series. No bias, all bias out of the window. Player by player, pitcher by pitcher, just game by game. I got the Astros winning this series 4-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies. I feel like they bounced back and avenged their World Series loss last year against the Braves. And I think that organization gets their second World Series in, 5-6 years? But I think Dusty Baker gets the job done this year. I truly do. I think Dusty Baker gets the job done. Who would I pick for a World Series MVP? It's hard to go against Alec Bregman right now. Alec Bregman has been Mr. Consistent in October. I mean, he's just been the guy. Him, Alvarez, Altuve, Pena has come out of nowhere and just, man. I got the Astros winning that series 4-2. That's what I got. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do a game-by-game recap of the World Series. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my absolute best to be here to give you guys that content, to give you guys that entertainment. And it just feels good to be back talking to you guys. It feels good for you guys to be listening. It feels good to be talking sports. So much has happened. So much has happened. But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. It's okay. We're going to catch up. And hopefully it feels like I never left. Hopefully it feels like we've been here this whole time. We're going to keep it rolling, all right? I love you guys. Thank you guys for for continuing to rock with me. During my 2-week hiatus, I only lost 1 subscriber. I am extremely surprised at that. I'm extremely proud of that. That lets me know that the people I got subscribing to my channel aren't just, randoms, I guess. But it's people who really want to listen to what I got to say. It's people who really want to talk about this sport. It's people who really down to rock with me. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. We back, baby. I am Z, coming to you from the basement. I appreciate you guys. I ain't said this in a long time. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Z out, man.